Okay, here's a super cool 2-5-1 lick from Red Garland, very beboppy. And he's doing this over the tune Stompin' at the Savoy, and they actually do it in F major instead of the original key of D flat. Actually, I'm not sure if that was the original key, but that's the key that I'm always used to hearing it in. So they switch it to F major. And we start up here in our 14th position over the G minor 7 chord. We start with our pointer finger on D on the 2nd string. Then pointer goes to A on the 3rd string. Ring goes to C. Pointer back to A, and then you slide up a fret to B flat. So intervallically over the G minor, he starts on the 5, then he goes to the 2, to the 4, and then 2 up to the flatted 3rd. Now right here is my favorite part of what he does over the 2 chord. So we have, after that slide, we do this. After we slide to the B flat, then we play D with our pointer finger on the 2nd string. Ring goes to E, and then ring goes to A on the 1st string, and then back to E. So now the thing that I really love about that is typically if you're playing over a G minor 7, you would expect that line to go like this. Right? You'd expect to have the F, the flatted 7th, but instead of playing F, he puts the E in there, which is actually the 6 of the G minor 7 chord. So I think that adds some really nice color to it. And then going from the 6 to the 9, I like that because you get that nice 4th, which has 2 really colorful notes over the minor, right? The 6 and the 9 are both very colorful. So it's a great choice of 2 notes to land on. So I love that. And now right here, we get some interesting stuff over the 5 chord too. It's pretty much straight altered, but it has one note that makes it a little bit unusual. So the way we start it, I put my my middle finger on G sharp on the 2nd string. And then I'm going to do a quick slur. So I'm going to hammer on with my ring on A and then pull back off. And then my ring is going to go to E on the 2nd string. So interesting. So the thing that's interesting about that is the first note makes sense, right? It's the sharp 5. We're just doing a C altered. But the slur, right? We go from the sharp 5 up to the natural 6 and then back down. Which is interesting because you're taking the note that you're altering, and then you're actually slurring to the original note. Like, what I mean by that is like, this is the sharp 5 or the flat 13, right? And then we go up, that's the natural 13. So it's interesting that he's slurring between the note that he's altered and the altered note. And then when our ring lands on this E note right here, that's the 3rd. And after that, we put our middle finger on E flat on the 2nd string, pointer finger on D flat, and slide down a fret to C. So that's just straight altered, right? 3, sharp 9, flat 9, slide down to the root. So now up to there we have. And one other thing too, in regards to if you look at those 2 notes when he goes from the sharp 5 to the natural 13, if you look at this right here, that group of notes, it looks like F sharp Dorian. So one thing that you could do if you want to just get a slightly more outside sound when you're playing over 2-5-1s is do G Dorian for your 2 chord, and then for the 5 chord, just go down a half step, do F sharp Dorian. And I've encountered a couple of 2-5-1 licks that I've done on this series that do that. One that is coming to mind was the Herbie Hancock 2-5-1 lick that he did over All of Me. I don't remember it exactly. It was something like that. But it was a 2-5-1 to E flat major. So F minor was the 2 chord. And then over the 5 chord, he did this, which is straight E Dorian. So this is something that definitely gets utilized from time to time. Really cool sound. So, and after that, we do our ring finger on B flat on the 3rd string, pointer on G, middle finger on G sharp, and then you slide up a fret to A. So all of that right there, that's just a little chromatic approach pattern to the 3rd of the F major chord, because that's what we land on. So if you look at that in relation to targeting this A note, it's 1 above and then 2 below in terms of the chromaticism. So, right, because that's the resolution to the 1 chord. And then he does this just little F 2-note thing. So you put your middle finger on A and then pointer finger bars on C and F on the 2nd and 1st string. He just does that twice. So it's just the 3rd and then the 5th and the root together. So just straight triad. So the entire thing. All right, so some really cool stuff going on there, a great bebop lick, and a couple of interesting things going on between playing the E natural instead of the F to get that 6 instead of the flatted 7th over that arpeggio like we were talking about, and the utilization of that sharp 5 and the natural 13 going between one another, which we could analyze as Dorian a half step below the 2 chord. So like I was saying before, you play G Dorian for the 2 chord, then for C7 you just go down a half step, play F sharp Dorian, and it gives you a lot of those same notes that we're encountering in this line. So just another different way of approaching playing over 2-5-1s, which is why 2-5-1s are so cool. I mean, we've been studying them for so long as jazz musicians, and even to this day, I'm still coming up with these little new devices for, improvising around it. So that's it. That's our episode for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And as always, if you would like to donate and support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/MikeGaudetteMusic or paypal.me/MikeGaudetteMusic. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the next episode. Take care.